Have you ever seen those special TV shows or movies? You know the ones that are so wonderfully, unintentionally bad, but they bring you so much joy and captivate you, but for all the wrong reasons.
Well, we here at BWatch Rewatch absolutely live for these underdog gems.
So buckle up, Busters, and please allow us,
Colin
and Cadence, a sibling duo who share a passion for such cinematic excellence, to take you on a wild ride through all the TV shows and movie plots you never knew you needed to hear.
Hello, everybody. It's Colin.
Oh, hi, it's Cadence. So nice to see you.
We're back again, where we are supposed to be in between seasons right now, but we've actually recorded 6 episodes. We were like, let's do Twilight like minisodes in between the series. And I'm like, yeah, that'll be so cute. And then we've still recording and had the same recording schedule as our regular seasons.
We had no idea how deep this was going to go, guys. We just didn't know. We didn't know. But here we are. We apologize. And then I also had mentioned when I posted one of the episodes, I had a death in the family and then Colin had an emergency. And so there was like this gap of time where things got pretty chaotic. So we're doing our best. We're back.
Well, yours was a legitimate reason. Mine was just, I just got stressed.
Well, I mean, yours was also legitimate, just in a different way.
I was like, I'm having a mental breakdown. But all is good now, and it's clear. I don't know what's clear. My mind is clear. I don't know. Let's just edit this out.
It's clear.
It's all clear to me now.
It's clear.
Everything's clear.
The universe's
now.
purpose has unfolded to me now. I see everything for
I'm
what
at that
it's
place
meant to
of
be.
like mental breakdown where you just let it go and it's clear. Everything's clear.
And you're just totally, we should turn this into like a meditation self-help podcast at this point because everything is clear from now on. We're good.
We left you with, what was the last one?
Eclipse.
But this is Breaking Dawn.
Breaking Dawn, part 1.
Because Breaking Dawn is actually broken into 2 movies, even though we've broken these episodes for the other one movie into 2 episodes.
Yes,
Don't get confused.
Don't worry, we're not going to make
confused.
4 episodes for Breaking Dawn 1 and 2.
I was telling Katie, I was like,
episodes.
so are we going to do part 1 and part 2 of part 1? But we're not. We're going to keep it real easy.
I mean, we'll do our best is what we're going to try to do.
All right. So we've already told we've taken way too long on these movies anyway, but Cadence is going to break down just so everyone can recap where we are with our favorite Bella and Jacob and Edward. Like, where are we right now?
In case you have forgotten this very elaborate story, we started out with Bella living in Phoenix, and she decides to move to Forks to live with her dad because her mom has met a baseball player and wants to fuck him in all 50 United States.
Mm-hmm.
So she moves up to Forks, which is a teeny little town in the Pacific Northwest, and there she is stalked by a very big creep named Edward. Turns out Edward and all of his adopted siblings are fucking each other in a house on top of the hill with Dr. Carlisle, who's not their real dad, but he adopted them all when he changed them into vampires. They fell in love. Edward was obsessed with her. Then Edward feels like he has to do what's best for her and leave because he wants her to have a life without him. That's when Bella falls in love with Jacob, who she finds out is a werewolf, obviously.
Well, not really fall in love with him. She just kind of leads him on.
You're right. She gives him so much implication that she is in love with him, but then it's like, no, I'm not in love with you. It's very misleading.
Just to be clear.
They spend a bunch of time together. Jacob's desperately in love with her. But Alice has a partial vision that Bella has jumped from a cliff. And so she comes back, and Edward, because he's only gotten part of the information, freaks out. He thinks that she's going to kill herself or has killed herself. So he's going to kill himself with the Volturi. So she rushes to save him. And then they realize they can't live without each other. And so they get engaged. There's a whole weird, I guess Eclipse is sort of like a very long drawn out climax. At the end of Eclipse, the vampires all fight and they recruit the werewolves to help them fight the rogue baby vampire army that Victoria made. And Victoria is finally defeated just in time for the wedding. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, and we've talked about it in length, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. But Victoria's whole storyline, she was gone for 2 movies. The whole buildup was that she's going to be this monstrous army that's going to take over Forks. No, they killed her right away, and that was the end of it.
Yes. She built up that whole army for nothing.
Yep.
Yes.
It's really sad. So now this one is, we're getting into like married life, #married life, #18-year-old child bride. Ugh, so gross. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's jump off the jumping hole.
So we open Breaking Dawn with another really melodramatic quote.
Childhood is not from birth to a certain age. And at a certain age, the child is grown and puts away childish things. Childhood is the kingdom where nobody dies.
And then all we see is Jacob run outside into the rainstorm, rip his shirt off, go full werewolf, and then just run into the woods howling in pain. And guys, when they pan back to the puddle on the floor in the reservation, guess what?
It's pee.
It's Bella's wedding invitation.
Oh.
It's pee.
I thought you said when they hit the little puddle. I was like, he made a little pee puddle. He's so sad. Oh, he made a little puddle, a little piddle. Ah, a Bella piddle.
Nope. I meant that it was raining and it was a rain puddle, but I like the idea of him getting so sad he just pees.
Well, you know how wolves and dogs get excited.
But I was like, not even, because he's not a wolf yet, so the idea of him just peeing as a human is even better. He just stands there, gives a sad little pee.
Well, we still don't know how they can control it.
That's true. And then turns into a werewolf and runs away. You pan down, you see the wedding invitation, and then you see her dad open the wedding invitation. Then you cut to her mom opening the wedding invitation. So it's just this montage of everyone opening their invitations, being like, it's finally happening. Those 2 crazy kids are getting hitched.
Those 2 crazy kids who have known each other for 4 months, and she's 18 and he's 147, and like still no one's questioning any of his family. But it's the hype of the wedding. And I love how Bella's too cool to get married, but she's doing it exactly like sending out the most beautiful invitations. She's got it all planned out. And I love it because there is a scene where she's like practicing walking in heels and she just can't do it because she's just a big old clumsy girl. But she also was a ballerina. So I don't know how that makes sense because she literally took ballet when she was little. I mean, they killed freaking what's his name.
Maybe she took it and had to stop taking it because she was getting hurt and couldn't do it. I don't know. I don't remember if they covered that, but maybe she was like too clumsy.
Yeah, she might have broke her ankles too much.
But yeah, it is interesting that she's not like other girls, but then chooses to get married exactly like other girls, like in a white dress and a veil and
like the invitation has like a butterfly that comes out and music boxes playing, and she turns into Bridezilla.
That part of it is Alice. Like Alice is coordinating this whole event. You know, she was very excited to plan this wedding. She went nuts because at some point, Bella, the one time I will defend Bella is that she's like, do I have to wear these heels? I don't think that this is realistic for me. And Alice is like, you gotta wear the heels.
You just have to break them in. I've been breaking them in for 3 days. Can I just go barefoot?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, Alice has been she's been living her 400 vampire years waiting for this moment, just like she was waiting for Bella's birthday party. The wedding, I mean, you saw how she acted at the birthday party, rummaging through people's shit, breaking stuff. You know she's going to pull out the most extravagant wedding.
You see all of the Cullens like setting up. They're doing like this outdoor wedding, of course, at the Cullens house because the Cullens family just like dominates everything. And so the boys are carrying like seating, like big benches and stuff, and they're extra strong because they're vamps. And so they're like carrying all the heavy stuff. And you guys, the amount of happy that these people are for this wedding is so unreasonable. And in addition, all of the other vamps couples are paired up, right? And like, has anyone thrown any of them a wedding like this? Have any of them gotten a celebration like this?
Because she's a Humes, dude.
Oh, maybe that's it.
She's a Humes. That's the truth, too. Like, she didn't want to get married. She has every right to be like, I don't want to have a wedding. Like, why does she have to do any? Like, she can still get married at City Hall and just make a really small little occasion of it. But no, she's like, I'm too cool to get married. I don't want to get married. I don't want to do it. And then it's like invitations, benches, flowers, like the whole thing.
Yes, that cake that they shows up later.
Oh,
it's like
I love
17 tears. It's
yes.
like, come on, Bella. Don't pretend for 1 second that you are not like other girls when that was your wedding. I do not believe it for 1 second.
I'm not like other girls. I'm going to have a crazy wedding. I'm going to wear black. I'm going to like,
She's
you know, when
gonna wear
people
her,
try
like,
to
Chucks and her like jean
when people try to
pants.
be so like different, but they're just, it ends up being exactly the same. I love it.
And I don't know if you clocked that Alice's haircut was
It's changed a little bit.
even better because it's very pixie, very sleek, doesn't have the flip this time. She's matured. This is her wedding planner haircut.
She's gone from her manic pixie dream girl to like her Kate Gosling, John and Kate +8 haircut. So she's gotten a little bit more mature. She's got a wedding to run. And that's her don't fuck around with me wedding hair.
It's absolutely more authoritative. That's what I was thinking as well. It's not as whimsical. It's more get the job done. So she tells Bella,
You go home and get lots of beauty sleep. That's an order.
we have a big day tomorrow, and girl, you need some beauty rest, which I think is an insult, but whatever. Bella goes back to her room. She's packing up her stuff, and she's just casually admiring her little baby dream catcher Jacob gave her. She's just holding it, being like,
dream catcher. Oh, Jacob, I wish he could come to my wedding. He's probably piddling in the forest right now. So mad.
I don't know if you noticed this, Colin, but she has like a painting of a wolf face on her wall hanging up. And I'm like,
sure she
is that a portrait of Jacob?
Sure she does. It's the Jacob and wolf form. So weird. Instead of class photos, it's like senior pictures is Jacob as a wolf.
I was dying. I was like, what the hell is this wolf photo? So anyway, as she's casually admiring her little baby dream catcher, guess who creeps up behind her?
Edward.
Which is like, I don't care how in love you are with someone, like them just creeping on you.
Don't creep up on me. Don't creep up on me. Never.
No, okay. He does not ask permission to enter the room.
Oh, I know.
Or
That's what
anything.
I'm saying. He would be the worst. Like, think about this, Bella. Like, if people were constantly creeping up on you all the time, you would live in constant fear. You would never know, like, when you're really alone. You'd always be in fear
The things
of
you're
someone
mumbling
creeping.
to yourself.
The things you're mumbling to yourself, the things you're doing, the TV shows you're watching.
If you're tooting, you're alone tooting.
You're alone tooting or piddling. Watching hardcore porn, like someone's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" It would be miserable, absolutely miserable.
It would be mortifying. This is a really important conversation for 2 reasons. One, he's like, I'm just here to see if you have cold feet. She's like, my feet have never been warmer. And he's like,
I haven't told you everything about myself.
I have not told you everything about myself. And I'm like, Edward, oh my God.
Then he goes like this. So I just have to tell you something. Really small detail before the wedding. I went on like a murderous rampage. Not a big deal. Neither here nor there. Just thought I would just for the sake of laying it on the table before we get married. I went on a murderous spree, and you ready to get married, sweetheart? Like, Edward, what the hell, dude?
I know. I was like, this is the most intense thing to drop on someone the night before your
the wedding.
You've had plenty of time to disclose this information in the last year or whatever, and you have absolutely chosen
the worst
wrong
time.
Moment.
She's like literally trying to walk in heels. She's like, Edward, you have jitters? I'm trying to walk in heels. And he's like, yeah, I do have jitters. I killed a massive amount of people. It's like, oh, okay. We're obviously dealing with this separately.
She asks him at first when he's like, I haven't told you everything about myself. She's like,
What? You're not a virgin?
what, are you not a virgin? And I'm like, oh my God. Number one, that's the dumbest question. Number two, she was definitely not expecting him to be like, I am a virgin. However, I also am a mass murderer. So I just needed to clear the air real quick. He says,
Look, a few years after Carlisle created me, I rebelled against him. I resented him for curbing my appetite. And so for a while, I went off on my own. I wanted to know how it felt to hunt, to taste human blood.
they have a sepia tone flashback, of course, because that's
Always
just how
sepia
you
tone.
do
Always.
it. And you think he's just killing like innocent people here and there. But then the longer you watch the flashback, the more you realize like, no, he's actually killing people who were gonna kill other people.
It's like the psychopath that hunts down psychopaths. It's like, okay, it's okay.
Because he can read minds, remember? You can read minds.
Sex, money, drugs.
And then sometimes murder.
What are the minds that are going to be at the wedding? Like, if he can read minds, everyone in the fucking crowd is going to be like, these two have a really tumultuous relationship.
I would not want to read any minds at that.
What a wake-up call. Could you imagine being Edward and everybody's just like, this is a bad idea, this sucks. And also, he is a virgin, but are you telling me he's been alive for 180 years? Or dead alive. You know what I mean? He's been vamped out for 180 years,
yes.
and he has never had sex. And is he a virgin in vampire world? Was he a human virgin? Probably, because it was old in 1918.
He was 17.
And then, so he's a human virgin and a vamp virgin. So he's been alive for, let's say, roughly 100 years. Dead alive, vampire. You get it.
Yes.
And he's never had sex. That's why he's killing people. That's why he's committing murderous rampages. He hasn't had sex. He's a virgin.
Yeah, he's real pent up.
He
is got some energy he needs to release.
We'll get to that later on the wedding night.
And he's like, I just needed to taste human blood. And I'm like, you're making this worse, Edward. You're making it worse.
Digging yourself in a hole.
You need to just calm down. But the idea that he's like this old-fashioned virgin who like will not have sex with anyone before he is under wedlock. However, he was murdering people based on their thoughts, I feel like is very tricky as far as ethics goes, but whatever.
I think he's just making excuses. It's like you just want something and you murder him because like they were thinking something real bad. They were going to kill that cat, so I murdered him and
exactly.
take their blood. But they were thinking real bad thoughts.
And so it turns into the same old conversation that it always is between Bella and Edward.
Edward, they were all murderers. You probably saved more lives than you took.
Bella, that's what I told myself. They were all human beings.
Why are you telling me this tonight? Did you really think this was going to change my mind about you?
I just wondered if it would change your mind about yourself and who you want to see when you look in the mirror a year from now.
I know I can do this. Let me tell you why. Because you did. You should give yourself some credit for that. And hopefully a year from now, I'm going to look in the mirror and see someone like you. And someone capable of courage and sacrifice and love.
Where he's like, I'm no good for you. And she's like, no, but you're a hero. Like you killed all those people that were going to hurt other people. You're actually like, you saved people. And he's like, no, I'm the worst. You don't deserve me. And she's like, no, I actually do. And I'm like, you guys have been doing this since the moment you met. Why are you still having this conversation the night before your wedding?
Get ready for 200 more years of this.
I know. So she's like, I love you. And then she's like, I wish I was more like you. Like, you're a vigilante. I can only hope that I become as good as you. Like, her vision of Edward is so weirdly, disproportionately worshipful that I worry for their dynamic because she truly does feel like she has to somehow achieve his level of greatness. And I'm like, girl, you have some rose-colored glasses on, my friend, because...
I think she's kind of just using him to become a vamp. That's my personal opinion. I think she's just putting on a show.
She's not wasting time like being a familiar.
No.
She's like, no, if I seduce him and he wants to marry me.
She's Meghan Markle in her way into this. Just give me the title of vamp. I don't really care what you've done. I am a cool girl, too much for weddings.
Yes.
I just want to be a vamp and do my own thing, read cool books, cry, whatever. It's very Bella.
Listen to Debussy and Claire de Lune all the time.
So it's the day of the big day that Bella doesn't really want. And it's beautiful. She's able to walk in heels. Everybody's there. They're looking great. And she walks down the aisle with her dad and she's meeting Edward and they're looking face to face. And then the fucking Volturi come out and they just slaughter everybody. They Edward this shit. They pull a full Edward and they just slaughter everybody. And you're like, whoa, dude, this movie got bad real quick.
Real fast.
I guess not bad, like badass. I don't know. Like, this movie got
violent, crazy,
dark real quick. Yeah, it went way off the deep end. I mean, it was
because then
nuts.
it just shows a pile of dead bodies covered in blood. Like it's
everywhere.
Very, very bloody.
But then it's just a dream, you guys. Don't freak out.
It's just a nightmare. Don't worry.
You probably felt like Bella just felt right now because she was the one having that nightmare.
But you did get panicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
My theory is that she started her period. And so, worst case scenario, blood everywhere. She's panicked. She's like,
just
no.
really nervous.
I'm wearing white tomorrow.
And I don't know how to walk in heels. I'm such a klutz. You know, she's going to fall in her period blood, roll around in it. I'm just a klutz. Oh, slurring it everywhere.
Just
I'm such a klutz. Oh, my period. Tampons everywhere. She's a big old klutz.
They all fall out of her purse. What?
She slips on her blood. Tampons fall everywhere. Her birth control. She's slipping around. That's Bella. That's Bella.
So, the next morning, don't worry, it was all a nightmare. She wakes up, she goes to the Cullens to get ready. And it's, of course, Alice, right? Alice is doing her makeup. And then Rosalie, as a symbol of her goodwill, she's like, I will stop hating you briefly. I can style your hair if you would like.
Yes, please. Rosalind's hair.
Please.
Give me that any day. Yes, of course.
She's like, I have some wigs you can borrow.
thick, chunky extensions, thick, chunky, semi-blonde extensions. Give them to me.
I have some really beautiful wedding gloves you can wear.
This is my
They are
something
white
borrowed,
leather.
something blue. And she hands her blue fingerless leather gloves. And this is my business casual wedding dress. She just adds a blazer to it. She's like, there, perfect.
She's like, wear this blazer. Everyone will take you very seriously. Trust
Very
me.
seriously, trust. I run a pyramid scheme on the side, an MLM, where I teach people about how to be badass businesswomen.
She's like, hey, mama.
Hey, girly. Hey,
Boss
girly. You look
babe.
like a boss babe. You know what? Buy these stuff for me, and I'll teach you how to sell it.
Just a vampire doing MLMs for eternity.
Rosalie would be an MLMer, too. You know Rosalie would be the one to do that. She's just constantly
She has so many
hustling those
garages.
Lululems.
Like,
Yeah. What is it? She's
full of supply.
She's got the sickest vampire leggings, like little bats with little fangs, and she's like, "This is our vampire line." The whole time at the wedding, she's hustling her LuLaRoe or her Lip Sense lipstick. This is called Dark Knight Vampire. I really love this one. It looks great on you.
Let me just put my jamboree nails on you.
They're not nail polish. It's actually a sticker. Can you believe that? Everyone's like, there's Rosalie again.
And then Bella's like just a walking model of her MLM stuff. She's just using it as a networking opportunity. You'll notice that Bella is wearing. And then just, oh God.
I would love that. That would be a wedding I
Anybody
would
who
go
wants to sign up under me to be my downline, you can meet me at the table number 6.
You know that's what she's
Only
doing,
a
Rosalie.
$5,000 sign up fee. Only.
That'd be so good.
So they're getting ready. And what's funny is, or what I thought was funny, is Alice is getting her makeup on. Rosalie comes to do her hair. Rosalie's also wearing like a silk negligee through all of this, which whatever. I guess that's her cash pre-wedding wear.
Land that deal.
She's like, if I look sexy enough, I can seduce her into buying my products. So Bella's mom is there because Bella and Charlie and her mom, I can't even think of her mom's name right now.
Baseball fucker. International
Baseball
nasty
fucker.
girl.
Yes, International Nasty Girl, ING. She's there and Charlie's there. And they're kind of taking a tour of the house. And at one point, Charlie's looking at the wall of graduation caps. And he's like,
Are those graduation caps?
How creative.
Or weird?
does this seem weird to you? And she's like, no, I think it's very cute and quirky. But my point is, why, if her mother is there, why is her mother not part of the getting ready ritual? Like, why isn't she in there with all the girls? Like, why isn't she helping Bella get ready? I don't understand.
Because so many people are fighting to help Bella. And it's just the
Yes.
Cullens' dream come true. And that's just how it is. That's the new way of
Yeah.
life. But you're right. Her mom doesn't give a fuck. She's too busy, like, looking around. She's probably trying to find Carlisle. She's like, hey, Carlisle, taking a break from
Hey.
baseball boy. Hey, bud. But yeah, that is true. Her mom and her dad are not helping her at all. It's all just the Cullens.
Yeah, they just come in at the last second because they have come as a united front, her mom and dad, even though they don't get along, to give her a gift, which is her something old, because something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And it's this old hairpin that runs in the family.
We thought you needed something blue,
And something old. Besides your mother. It was Grandma Swan's.
but we added the sapphires. It's beautiful, you guys.
Of course it's a fucking hairpin. Of course. What real person gives a hairpin? Doesn't make sense. You know it would be a very nice brooch or a ring, maybe some leggings, but not a hairpin.
It's like one of those combs, those like hair comb things. And so she's like, we've refurbished it, we've redazzled it.
I got this when I was a geisha. This is from my days as a
When
geisha.
I was a geisha.
That's all I think of when I think hairpins. You know why? It's because of Mulan. When she's like, when she does the hairpin.
Oh.
Beads of jade for beauty. It's like all I think about. So that's why I'm going with the geisha route, because not that Mulan was I'm not implying that, but I think that's just where my head goes with hairpins.
It just all kind of connects. I hear what you're saying.
I just think of jade hairpins. Yes, little dragon jade hairpins with little red danglies, but neither here nor there.
I love that idea, though. There's just some music in the back, and the Mulan soundtrack is playing as they get ready for the wedding.
Who is that girl I see? Bella reflecting in the mirror.
It's like, get your reflection while you still can, because soon you're not going to be able to see that bad boy.
That's very true. That would be very true. She's sitting there just singing. When will my reflection show? I'm a vamp.
Don't you know?
Okay, we're getting so distracted.
So anyway,
Big happy day.
they proceed with the wedding. As you are sitting, like you're following the camera, like following her down the aisle. As you're looking around, as the viewer, you're seeing Jessica, you're seeing Mike, you're seeing the Cullen
hair
cousins.
guy. You're seeing worm guy, hair flip guy, emo guy, all the people from school, Eric.
And Jessica's convinced that this wedding is a shotgun wedding.
So, I think Bella's gonna be showing. Jess, she is not pregnant. Okay. Let's get married at 18.
Yeah, she's like, why would an 18-year-old get married? Yeah, she's kind of like bitter, but not really bitter, just saying it like it is.
And so Bella's really nervous, you guys. She's so nervous. Everyone's looking at her and she feels like just the clumsiest bitch. But then as she turns the corner and she sees Edward standing at the altar.
It all goes out the window. It becomes clear. Like when I got overwhelmed and stressed, I just saw a picture of Edward and it all became clear.
So she gets to Edward. They have their ceremony. They get married. Now we're at the reception situation. This is where things get a little weird for a few reasons. The first of those reasons is that we get a montage of everyone's speeches. And you guys, the speeches are I can't imagine this ever happening in real life. First, Emmett gets up. He's making sex jokes like,
Bella, I hope you've got enough sleep these last 18 years, because you won't be getting any more for a while.
you're not going to be sleeping for the next 3 months, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. You're going to be banging it out all the time.
Yeah, we all know what you mean, Emmett.
And then Jessica gets up, and Jessica makes the weirdest, passive-aggressive, like jealous speech.
Well, Bella was just like everybody else, totally mesmerized by Edward, or the hair, as I call him. And then suddenly, Edward is all about Bella, even though she's not the captain of the volleyball team. I'm just kidding. Or the president of the student council.
Well, we all heard her talk at her valedictorian at the school. We know what she's capable of. We know her writing skills. We know her speech skills.
That's true.
Not very good.
So she's just like going on and on about like, why would Edward fall in love with her? She doesn't get it, but whatever. It's fine if they want to get married. Like, it's very weird.
Passive aggressive.
It's so passive aggressive. Then you get Charlie standing up there being basically like,
Edward will be a good husband. I know this because I'm a cop. I know things. Like how to hunt somebody to the ends of the earth. And I know how to use a gun.
oh, hey, just a reminder, I will fucking murder you if you make any wrong moves. These are the kinds of guns I got. This is how I can find you. I will hunt you down.
And you know he's holding a beer.
Oh, yes.
And he know he's giving that speech with a beer because in every scene that Charlie's in, he's got a beer. Because he's stressed out dad. He's stressed out cop dad. I get it.
Then you have Alice gets up. And you guys, Alice, her whole speech is about fashion.
Now that you're my sister, you'll have to get over your version of fashion. Skirts, heels, handbags.
It's about fashion.
Clearly.
She's talking about shoes. She's talking about handbags. She's talking about dresses.
Then you got Rosalie getting up there, and Rosalie's like, I want to talk about something more special. How to become a business babe.
Did you ever want to work for yourself?
I got something to say to you guys. Have you ever wanted to work for yourself? I was going to say she goes full LuLaRoe and she just makes Bella ditch Edward. Edward, you have to quit your job. Bella's full business boss now.
Yes.
Put all of your savings into this. It's going to be banger, believe me.
And you will have this passive income. It's going to be great. You will have the freedom to live your lives however you want to. And everyone's like, okay, Rosalie, we know. We've heard this a million times before, but thank you. Then Edward's mom gets up.
I'd like to thank Renee and Charlie for bringing such a wonderful person into the world and into our lives. We will cherish and protect her forever.
The Cullens are so obsessed with Bella in ways I will never understand because now the mom's up there being like, thank you so much for bringing Bella into our lives. Bella's the savior of mankind. We don't know what we would do without
we've
Bella.
established
She's the new
everybody
Jesus.
loves Bella, but could you imagine if the mom was like, I remember when Bella first came over for her birthday and she cut herself on a ribbon and then Jasper kind of like went nuts, tried to fucking kill her. And then Edward was like, no, Jasper punched her, threw her against a wall. She started bleeding more. Carlisle had to protect her.
Yes.
And in that moment, I thought, I'm so happy to have this girl in my life. She is the Bella of our ball.
And she will be the Bella of this ball
Forever.
because we'll never die. We're all vampires.
Because we're vamps. Just kidding. No, I didn't say that. Just kidding. Didn't say that. We're not.
No, not vamps. Don't
that's
tell
a
the
dumb
whole
joke.
story.
Don't-
We did not say we were vamps.
We all have weird hair and weird eyes and glitter, and we're not.
I know we
flattering
should
them.
look 10 years older, and we don't. But it's not because we're vamps. Just trust me on this one.
Trust us. Trust us.
The very last speech in this line of very weird ass speeches is Edward.
Oh God, I would rather clip someone else's toenails than listen to Edward give a speech.
It is rough. And he's just like,
It's an extraordinary thing to meet someone who you can bare your soul to. And will accept you for what you are. I've been waiting what seems like a very long time to get beyond what I am. With Bella, I feel like I can finally begin. So I'd like to propose a toast to my beautiful bride. No measure of time with you will be long enough. Let's start with forever.
have you ever met someone you can bare your soul to? And I'm like, Edward, you don't have a soul. You told us all that. It's damned and you don't have one. So
I mean, just last night, I told Bella that I murdered a bunch of people because I wanted to try that sweet human shabu shabu blood. But they were all thinking really bad thoughts because I can read minds. And they were thinking sex, drugs, murder. That's what they were thinking, I promise.
one guy was thinking about his cat and it was not good.
He just got wrapped into the whole thing. I got a little carried away. I didn't know. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. You got to break a few eggs to make an omelet, am I right? You know he gives the worst. Everyone's hating Edward's speech. Oh, everyone hates it. That's when he can really read everyone's mind in the audience. You know he's up there giving that speech, and it's just like constant, like, get this fucker down. No one cares. Listen, look at the way he looks. He's got this dead look.
So then he keeps trying to like adjust his speech as it goes to make it better.
I'm a really cool guy, and I'm actually, me and Bella should be together. He's just always trying to overcorrect.
But like, it also made me laugh because he's talking about like, this is the person I can bare my soul to, and we share everything. But I'm like, number one, you don't.
You literally told her you were soulless. You literally told you when you're a vamp, you're soulless.
And he doesn't, like, they never talk about anything. We've talked about this before. They only talk about how much they love each other. And it just last night, he told her he was a mass murderer. So it's like, he hasn't been bearing his soul. He hasn't been expressing his emotions. He hasn't been opening up to her.
No.
Not even in the slightest.
No.
So he's not telling the truth about that relationship. So whatever, it's fine.
So after that riveting, way too long, way too many speeches. I don't even think that many people are supposed to give speeches at weddings. I think it's like best man. Oh, well, I guess best man, best woman. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I don't know. That seemed like an open mic night, honestly.
That was open mic. I mean, Rosalie got up there, did her MLM, the whole thing. The worm guy got up there, talked about the first time he gave her a worm.
He brought his little stick with a worm.
Bella came to school and I offered her a worm on a stick, and I just knew she was the one. We get to the reception, which gets even better because now we've got all these little stragglers coming into the mix. All these little family connections that you thought you knew. Nope. We've got the weird in-laws coming in, and it gets
because
strange.
Apparently they have cousins all over the world. They have like some Spanish cousins. They have some Alaskan cousins.
I think we talked about this the other day, but like, how does the family work?
How are you designated as a cousin?
Yes, how are you designated as a like, is it like, oh, my dad bit your mom's dad? Or like, my dad bit your girlfriend's dad, almost killed him, made him a vamp. Like, how does that even work? Because it doesn't feel like you're following like a lineage, but I don't know.
Maybe it's sort of like a club. It's just a title, but really it's a club. Like if you are a peaceful vampire.
No, I think if you want to get really into the lore, to become a vampire, you have to drink somebody's blood. They suck you dry. And then they give you a little bit of blood. So maybe it's just like, I am of the Carlisle bloodline. But then that would be really weird because Carlisle would be like the ultimate patriarch of the entire family tree, which would be very difficult to arrange. You'd have to be like, this is your cousin. I'm choosing you to be my son. I'm choosing you to be my wife. Choosing you to be my cousin. Your cousin second removed. So there's really
That's a lot of organization.
And he's already a doctor. He's got a lot on his plate. So I just don't think that's realistic.
Kids.
So I do have a lot of questions about the whole family thing, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I also had questions, and I had even more questions because there's like these dark-headed, sort of olive-toned cousins from, I think it's Spain, but then you have this other group of cousins that are all blonde hair from Alaska, like super pale, like the Cullens.
You cannot be a vampire living in Spain. Are you fucking kidding me? It's sunny.
There's the Volturi living in Italy. We already talked about that.
I know, but yes, we have. I'm not even going to get into it. Go ahead.
They find ways. So the Irina is one of the cousins. Meanwhile, by the way, Mike from high school is like drooling all over the blonde Alaska cousins because he's a perv and he's like he wants to fuck someone that's in the vicinity of Bella so he can imagine that he's fucking Bella because he's obsessed with her still.
Like a little sycophant type of action.
So Irina is getting madder and madder and everyone's like, dude, Irina, this was a wedding. Can you please
Irina's the cousin. She's the cousin from Alaska.
Yes,
That's
the
introduced.
Alaska cousin. This is where you learn something really important and out of left field. You guys, she's really mad at Bella because guess who Irina's boyfriend was?
I can't do this. You promised. They invited one.
Irina, he's our friend.
They killed Laurent.
Tried to kill Bella.
I don't believe that. He wanted to be like us. To live in peace with humans. With me.
Laurent.
Uh-huh.
Laurent that got killed in the forest by the werewolves.
Yep.
And it's full on the Bachelor reality show because she's like, I just don't want to bring this up. I know it's your day. I know everything's really cool. And I didn't want to bring it up now, but I was in love with Laurent and you killed him. And it's just like, okay, girl, okay.
And so she's defending Laurent because she's like, he may have made one mistake. He may have been about to kill Bella.
There's a time and a place, girl. There's a time and a place and not at the wedding.
Yeah.
And also, wouldn't Edward be like, hey, I don't want to invite my cousin because she actually fucked Laurent that died? Like, you would think that some of the Cullens would be like, this isn't a good fit for this day.
Yes. When that came out, I was like, why did she even show up? Why did Irina even show up? If she's that mad, why come?
Because she came to stir some shit. She came to stir some shit. She's that real housewife that's like, I didn't want to do this today, but I got it. She probably gave a speech. She probably got up there at the end of everyone and was like, Bella killed my lover. But like, honestly, it's ridiculous. But it goes back to the writing, Stephanie Meyer's. She has no concept of like intricate storylines and like how it all connects. Like you think of like Game of Thrones or Wheel of Time or just any good show.
Yes.
And it's like, she's just like, oh, we're going to introduce this character. Throwing darts at a board. Oh, it's going to be Laurent's fuck buddy. She's from Alaska.
Yes.
She's going to get mad at Bella. Like it doesn't make any sense.
But she's going to travel to the wedding of the woman that she hates in order to let us know that.
Well,
she's
Real
not going to like
Housewives
just
will
turn
get
down
mad.
the wedding invitation.
Any opportunity they can get to air their grievances at a big event about somebody else, they will take it.
She's been a vampire, but she's not outgrown the drama. She's just like, oh, I can make drama for the rest of eternity. I'm never going to get tired of this shit.
Oh, could you imagine endless vampire drama for the rest of your life because you're a vampire?
Exhausting.
So
it would be exhausting. So you got that little introduction right there. And again, her name is Irina. So then mid-reception, Edward comes up to Bella and he's like,
Another one of your gifts just arrived.
What?
Here, come on.
What's a wedding present doing out here?
Just a little more private.
Got a little surprise. Got a little
Got a little
wedding.
bit of a
And honestly,
surprise
this is
for
a
ya.
very weird wedding present because I'd be like, a new car? That's what Bella's thinking. You know she wants a new car. But he's like, no, come out with me into the woods. Got something to show you.
I also think Bella was like, oh, he's going to have sex with me in the woods right now. Like, he's going to
she was ready.
sneak me out there and bang me in the trees.
She got married just to bang him, right? So you know this time
yes.
she's like, oh, it's going to get hot and heavy or cold and wet. Doesn't matter. It's got to get one of the two. But then Edward's like, okay, Jake, come out. And Jacob lurks out from behind the bushes. And I'm thinking to myself, I get it because Caden said like it's like a peace offering. But I still feel like Jacob and Bella could figure this out on their own. Like they could be each other's own peace offering. But like Edward luring Bella out and then being like, okay, Jacob, come see the girl that you're in love with that I just married. This is so good. Like it doesn't make any sense.
It feels passive aggressive on Edward's part to be like, I
very.
did this to be nice, but also like, we're both in our wedding clothes. What? We just said our vows. What? We're now connected forever. What? I'm so sorry, but you might want to say goodbye. I just wanted to give you a chance to say goodbye.
Yeah, it's very, very, very like
It feels petty.
petty. Yeah.
Jacob comes out of the woods and he's wearing the same thing he was wearing when he tried to get her at prom to dump Edward. He's like got that open button up shirt, like
deep V.
just cash, yeah.
Down to his belly button, all of the buttons opened. He's just a cool guy. He's not like the Cullens.
No, he's very laid back. And so he comes strolling out of the woods. He's like,
The best man didn't have time to get a tux. Sorry, wait.
Doesn't matter. Everything's perfect now. Where have you been?
Mostly northern Canada. You think? It's weird to be back on two legs again. Clothes. I've learned to practice with the whole human thing.
Oh, it feels weird to be wearing clothes right now. Let me just tell you, I've been wandering through the woods.
Wolfing it.
I've
been wolfing it all night. I made a little puddle over there, a little piddle over there.
I mean, I think it's been longer than all night because it's ever since he got the wedding invitation. He turned into a wolf and then never looked back. So he's been wandering around the woods.
Wedding invitations come like months before. So he has been wandering through the woods. He's been Veronicaing it in those woods for a long time.
Yeah, so he's just like, this feels really weird to be on 2 legs. I've been on my 4 legs for a while. And she's like, okay, are you okay being here knowing that Edward and I just got married? Anyway, Edward is like, listen, I'll let you guys be. Jacob and Bella are cuddling and snuggling and dancing and talking about how much they missed each other and how much they love each other.
Intertwined
they're just
legs.
happy.
It's just giving us weird vibes for sure.
He's like, this is how I want to remember you. Pink cheeks, 2 left feet, and a heartbeat.
Oh God, Jacob.
And she's like, oh, so I'm just going to be like dead to you when I'm a vampire? And he's like, girl, you're going to be dead to everybody when you're a vampire.
That's what a vampire is. It's like not offensive. Like that's literally. And I'm also just thinking to myself again, like how weird would it be on your wedding day if someone took you out and like introduced like a love interest that you had a long time ago? Like that would be the weirdest. Like at least wait till after the wedding, a couple days later on your wedding day, you're in your wedding dress and your partner's like, I got something to show you. This guy that you have really strong feelings for and he has really strong feelings for you. I want you guys to just have a moment alone together.
And remember, he almost died for her at the end of Eclipse.
Yes.
There was that big battle.
He literally almost died for you. But
and
you know
he
what?
almost died.
I'm going to leave you in the woods. I'm going to go back, give a couple speeches. Like that is just still, the concept of that is so strange to me. I mean, I'm all about like not being, let's be a rise above it. But that's still a really awkward time to do that.
See, this is where I have two feelings about it. One is I'm like, okay, Edward's grown as a person because he was so fucking jealous. He'd be like, why is Jacob giving you presents?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why, like he was constantly stressed out about it, right? So it's like part of me is like, okay, he's growing. He saw that like they could work together to protect Bella in Eclipse. He wants to support their friendship and be like, I get that this is hard for you. You're making a transition into vamp and you're not going to be able to be friends anymore, whatever. I want you to be able to say goodbye. The other part of me, though, knowing the petty bitch possessive part of Edward, feels like it's more like, she's mine now, sucker. It's legal, baby. Like showing the wedding rings and being like, oh, I'm so
That's
sorry.
what I mean.
Did I bring you after we already said our vows?
And he's also not growing because what psychological trauma is he putting Bella through, dude? Because she obviously it's just a weird thing to do on all areas. And I would like to take a minute to pause real quick because as a listener, if you've never watched Twilight, which I don't know why you'd be listening to this if you didn't. Bella is still like wanting to be a vamp. The whole thing is like she's going to be a vamp, but she doesn't want to be a vamp yet. She wants to like have her honeymoon and all this as a human. Right. But like just so everyone's aware, like it's always hanging above in the sky that Bella wants to be a vamp. And you're kind of getting closer and closer because at first Edward was like, no fucking way. Bella's like, I want to be. But now that little dream of becoming a vamp is getting closer. So just keep in mind that that's looming this entire time.
Jacob tells her, I just wanted to celebrate your last night as a human. And she's like, oh, hey, about that, the plans have actually changed. This is actually not my last night as a human. I'm going to go ahead and stay human for my honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm sorry, pardon? And she's like, I don't want to be writhing around in pain for 2 weeks, turning into a vamp. Like, I want to enjoy myself on the beach.
No.
Then after that's over and I've been fucked good and crazy as a human, then I'll become a vampire and suffer through the transition.
And I love how she just thought about this too. Like she didn't have so much time to think about this. She was like, oh, maybe that's not a good idea on my honeymoon to be writhing around in pain.
She really rethought that. So then this is where Jacob, all goodwill that Jacob has felt is absolutely gone in this moment. Bye, farewell.
Bye, Felicia.
Flies away immediately. Yes.
Yo, I'm bringing that back from 2012.
I was like,
I'm bringing back 2012. Bye, Felicia. Bringing it back.
But it's appropriate because it's like around the time these movies came out. So it's very relevant to the time. And he's like, what the fuck are you thinking? Edward's going to kill you. This is death. I don't know what you're talking about. So then that's when Edward finds his way back to the situation and he's like, hey, can you calm down?
But also, if I was Bella, I would be like, yeah, if I die, I will be brought back to life as a vampire. Like, Jacob, you're not getting it, dude. Like, you're telling me he's freaking out. Like, you're going to die. He's going to kill you. Because he really is. He's like, he's going to kill you. And I'd be like, yeah, he's going to kill me either way. If I become a vamp or not, I'm going to die.
Maybe he thinks he will thrust so hard. Because you know how there has to be like a timing. Like, you have to be dying and the vamp has to bite you for the transition period. So maybe he thinks he will thrust so hard one time, it'll just immediately like split her in half and she'll die instantly and there will be no time.
Ew, I hate how you keep saying thrust one time. So sick. Ugh.
Thrust is such a bad word, but I don't know how else to explain it.
Pump.
That's the only pump it. He'll pump one
Two
time.
pump jump.
And you know he's going to be a 2-pump jump because he's a virgin.
Let's not even get there yet. We've got a lot to cover with that.
So anyway, Jacob loses his shit. He and Edward start fighting. And yet another fight breaks out between those boys because they can't go 5 fucking seconds without being weird.
Everyone saw that coming from a mile away, but...
Yes, absolutely. So Edward takes her away, and then Sam comes out of the forest. If you remember, Sam is the leader of the cult of wolves. Okay. And he's like, hey, listen, Jacob, she's not our problem anymore. We fought for her. We banded together. We did what our duty was, but now this is no longer our problem. I'm so sorry that your heart is broken, but let's forget it. So they disappear, and now we're traveling post-wedding to the honeymoon. Ooh.
Okay, so now that all that mess is over, that wedding mess, that MLM mess, Edward's like, let's go on our honeymoon. He still hasn't told Bella where they're going yet.
No,
but
it's
going to be a
surprise.
little surprise. Right when they get to this, they go to Rio de Janeiro. We as viewers know that.
Yes.
They're kind of, Edward's
Which
kind of trying to
also,
get...
Colin, that's a long time of traveling, by the way.
That's what I was going to say. That's my
They've
next...
been going for like 18 hours.
That's what I'm saying. That's my next point because wedding night, you know, or I guess the next day because they have time zones. And Edward's getting a little frisky. And Bella's like, dude, we had a wedding. I got set up for MLM. A woman accused me of killing her lover. Like a lot has been happening. And I've been on a 16-hour flight to Rio. Like I'm stinky, I'm gross. And so he's like, fine, I'll go for a swim. And the only reason I think this is funny is because while Edward's going for a swim, because he doesn't sleep, remember, he's fine. This is no joke for him.
Fine. Yes.
Bella, like all of a sudden, like it clicks. Oh, I'm going to have sex. Maybe I should prepare myself. So she's like, I should shave my legs. I should shave my upper lip. Her mouth lip. Both upper lips. And she's just like freaking out. And I'm like, Bella, sweet baby, like, why are you... And she like has a mini panic attack because she realizes like, I'm going to fuck Edward for the first time.
Yeah, and she like tries to put on lingerie. And she's like, no, this is not right. And she's
because
like,
Alice packed her 10
crying.
backpacks filled with lingerie. Alice packed her.
Oh my God, Alice, what is your deal?
So anyway, she's kind of having a panic attack. And
well, she goes, don't be a coward. She tells herself, don't be a coward. Suck it up. And so she just goes out nude, skinny dipping next to Edward in the ocean in the moonlight. So, you know.
And this was the only time I could really relate to Bella. Because that was me all the time.
Yes.
Don't be a fucking coward, Colin. You can do this. You can get naked in front of somebody.
You can do this. Psyching yourself up. You can do
Snap
this,
out of it,
pussy.
Buster. Yeah. She does go out being so sexy. And so this is the best part of the movie. They do consummate their marriage. But as Cadence said earlier, Edward is a 2-pump chump. It's 10 seconds. And you guys, he breaks the entire bed.
Oh, he's holding the headboard because he's also trying to hold his lust in. So it's like a kind of, he's like letting it out, but also holding it in at the same time. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
So he's just like, I don't want to hurt you. And she's like, just go for it, please. And so he's like holding the headboard, like prepping, like I gotta kind of like keep it in, but also not. And then in his efforts, he just cracks that headboard.
With the way he was looking and the way he was grabbing that headboard, I thought he was going to shoot through her body. His vampire sperm was going to pop out the top of her head.
Oh, it's going to come out her head.
Yes, full death scene. That's what I was. But you would think like, oh, this is for sure written by like a horny Mormon housewife or Christian. Let's say horny Christian housewife, because this is like how they think the wedding
Sex
night
is
should
gonna
be
go
like
on the
just
honeymoon. Absolutely.
beastly, like breaking beds and just so passionate. And it really cracks me up because it's not. It lasted 10 seconds and he broke a really nice bed.
Yes.
You know the hotel's going to be like, dude, you have to pay for that. That's a $5,000 bed.
Colin, it's not a hotel. It's Carlisle's island. It's fucking Carlisle.
I
He
did
owns
know.
it.
I did know that.
It's
I did
their
know that.
private
Yes,
island.
yes.
They take a boat to it.
Yes, you're right. I did because they talk about it. Yes. You're right. But either way, Carlisle, he'll be like, you have to. You owe me $5,000. That was an expensive bed.
My thoughts too were like, they had to take a little boat to that island. Can you imagine the time it takes to get supplies there? Getting a bed over there, getting a mattress over there, getting new pillows over there, like taking it in a boat. That would be a nightmare.
I actually do because I went to the Maldives in 2023, so I kind of get it. Like,
did you take a bed frame with you?
No, but the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I got so furious about the price of sunscreen because they charge a shit ton for everything. And you guys, one thing of sunscreen was $50 American. And I got so mad that Alex had to be like, Colin, we're in a beautiful place. Just let it go.
Can you please let the sunscreen
And I was like, it's the principle of it. And like, he was like, okay, I get it. The principles. It was just ridiculous because everything does have to be, well, the vamps might be flying it in. We still don't know if they fly or.
Yeah, we don't know the deets.
Did he spider monkey across the water? Still, but it would be a lot.
Did they walk under the water with the bed frame like the army walks under the water? So they just carry it all the way. You never know. And I think, because as you mentioned, maybe you haven't mentioned it on mic yet, but we may have talked about it earlier. The next morning, Bella wakes up and there's just feathers like all around her. And she's like,
he broke
what's
the
happening?
bed. Unless he like fucked a pillow when she was sleeping. Why are there a bunch of feather pillows? Like it clearly shows him break the bed and then they stop and then that's it. And then she wakes up with feathers all over herself.
Okay, this is where I'm saying I got the impression that he breaks the bed the first time he two pump chumps, but then they do it again. He reloads, and then throughout the night, it gets wilder and wilder, and more things break as they go along because that room is decimated the next morning. So that's all I can make sense of it.
Right, but just from a objective view of the situation, I would guess that Edward would be like, okay, done. But you're right. I didn't think about it that way. I thought about it like he two pump chump and then they're done.
Yes.
And then the next morning the room's decimated. And I'm like, but you're right. They probably banged all night.
But it was more racy than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I was like, this sex scene's a little more than I thought, a little more than I was prepared for.
Because it's pure Christian housewife.
It is very ex-Mormon coded because it is like no girls know anything about sex or their bodies or anything. They're virgins.
She didn't even realize she had to shave her legs. She's like, well, I got to put on deodorant? What?
Yeah, they're going to get married and all of a sudden the first time they have sex is going to be the best sex of their life. Like they have this like weird romanticized version of it. And that is exactly what happens in this movie. It's that exact version that's in your head. And so I was just cracking up because I'm like, oh, sweetie pie. It would
on your marriage night that you're going to have such rough, crazy, climaxing animal sex that we break the beds. Like it is. That's what I'm saying. But a realistic person who has had sex, regardless of whatever, you're like, no, that wouldn't happen.
You're not a vampire, Colin.
That's true.
You're not a vampire. You don't
Edit
even
that
know.
out.
You don't know what you would do if you were a vampire.
So after headboard breaking and two pump chumps and the whole thing, this is where, well, okay, you say it.
Yeah, because here's the funny thing about how this scene starts. Bella's in the bathroom after having had sexy time with Edward. Now she's in the bathroom having a mental montage, remembering the sexy time she had with Edward. So she's just standing there reliving the thing that just happened and being sensual and like kind of like touching her face like, oh yeah, I remember that sexy time.
Side note though, one thing I hate in movies in general, like movies and TV shows, is when people talk about the thing that just happened. Like, you know, there's scenes like where people have sex and they're like, that was incredible. Do you remember when I did this and the way you did that? And I'm like, maybe I'm
Everyone
old-fashioned.
was there, dude.
Maybe I'm a prude, but I'm never doing like, remember when you did that? That was cool. And then remember when you like turned around that way? That was cool. Like nobody ever recaps their sex like in the real world. And maybe again, if listeners out there find
I do a play-by-play. I don't know about you.
I know, because you imagine every time, like, oh man, and then when you got up and you walked over and then you did this.
Yep.
Oh, and remember that? Like, no, nobody does that. But they always do it in TV shows just to really reiterate, like, that they had sex.
That they did it. So she's doing that to herself. She's remembering that feeling sexy time in the bathroom, giving herself a play-by-play. So then she takes her robe off, and Edward he flips out. He runs up. He's like, what the fuck, Bella? You didn't tell me about this bruise.
How badly you hurt?
And so he's like, I hurt you. How bad did I hurt you? She's like, dude,
no,
can
you didn't.
Calm
no,
down?
You didn't. It's
did
fine.
not
It's
hurt
fine.
Me. I'm fine.
I'm literally reimagining us having sex right now.
Right at this moment, you caught me thinking about us having sex.
And all he does is he sees a couple bruises on her body and he's like, no, we cannot have sex anymore, which is like this weird psychological thing because it's their honeymoon. Bella's horny. He's horny. But he like refuses sex because he thinks that he hurt her. And I'm thinking like, dude, I get bruises like if I pop my shoulder on like the bathtub, like it's a bruise, buddy. It's like not like she's got like gashes. It's like I get bruises planting flowers. Like it's not that big of a deal, dude. Like it's fine.
I end up with mystery injuries all the time, and I have no idea where they
get bruises
came
brushing
from,
my teeth, dude. Like it's fine.
It's fine.
And she's trying to tell him that exact same thing. She's like, dude, it's fine. It's a bruise. And he's like, nope, absolutely not. I will never touch you again.
Yeah, he starts being like really emotionally manipulative because he's just like,
just don't.
No, you don't. Don't ruin this.
I've already ruined it.
Why can't you see how perfectly happy I am? Or was 5 seconds ago? I mean, now I'm sort of pissed off, actually.
You should be angry with me.
I am so sorry. I'm just the worst. I'm a piece of shit. And she's like, dude, I'm kind of getting pissed that you're telling me this because I'm actively telling you that I enjoyed it. It was the best night of my fucking life. And I would like to continue to have sex. And he's like, no, I'm a piece of shit. I can't believe I'd hurt you like this. And she's like, oh my God.
What did I get into? What did I marry?
She's immediately like, this was a mistake. I thought that the sex was going to be worth it.
It's a freeze frame.
It's the only reason I married this guy. It's for the sex.
True, and to be a vamp.
And now I don't even get the sex.
You're not going to touch me again, are you?
They spend the rest of their honeymoon, guys, playing fucking checkers on the beach, chess on the beach, reading books.
But I do think it's that same Stephanie Meyers thing where it's like this buildup, like, you know, because I think there's always like this subtle undertone of like they just want to fucking rage in the cage so hard.
Yes.
But they can't. They have to subdue. Yes, they have to subdue their feelings.
That's
and just play
so
chess and
true.
Stuff. And again, I'm like, Edward, it was a couple bruises, dude.
Yes. No, totally. Because I hadn't thought about that, but if you do think about it through that lens, it's like enjoying it too much, like veering into like kink shame territory.
Yeah,
like
you can't enjoy sex too much.
One specific way.
You can only have sex to procreate. That's it. And if it's fun, that's great, but only the one time you can to procreate. Other time, get your head in the game. It's life goes on as usual, bitch.
If you're horned, turn that shit off because
if you're horned, turn it off. Play checkers. Get
that's
out of that
a no-go. So there's this whole silly montage of like her trying to seduce him. So they'll be playing checkers and she'll just be like casually putting like her cleavage together. Like, oh, I guess I'm going to move here. And then she'll like get one of her little nighties on that Alice gave her, whoever gave it to her. And she'll just show up and he'll give like a, oh, you. And so she'll like fall in bed next to him with her like butt in the air. And he'll just be like, I'm going to just cover you up with some sheets.
And you know that he's thinking about Jacob this whole time. I mean, that's what it's feeling like right now. Because could you imagine going on a honeymoon and your partner's like, I can't have sex with you anymore. You've got a tiny bruise on your arm. No more. Never again. And you're actively trying to sex them into it. And they're like, nope.
Yes,
you put on a robe, girl. I bruised you. Put on a robe. You're just trying everything to not have sex. And you know Edward's just thinking about Jacob.
So Bella's in the bathroom having her reenactment of their sex the night before, but Edward's in the bathroom and his thought process is Jacob coming out of the woods with his unbuttoned shirt. Like
he makes Bella put on a long wig. He makes Bella put on a long straight wig. He puts like, hey, put this little tattoo on your shoulder, Bella.
Just this pretend tattoo.
Can you put on some, cut-off jean shorts? Yeah, I was going to say, could you put on some cut-off jean shorts just for a minute? And do you have a big old plate of muffins? He's just loving it.
I just want to watch you eat some muffins. And then she pulls out Daisy Dukes and he's like, no, I'm talking like knee-length shorts.
Yep. I'm talking like clam diggers. Clam diggers that are a little bit tattered at the end, girl. You know what I like.
You know what I want.
That would be the best if this whole movie took just a total left turn and Jacob and Edward
spray
became
you with
lovers.
the hose. We're gonna pretend like it's raining.
Bella's still trying to figure out what's going on. She's like, okay.
You gotta howl a little bit. You just gotta howl a little bit. Just ooh, ooh, ooh.
Remember when we did the episode of Baywatch Hawaiian Wedding? When I can't remember her name, but she's like, yeah, it's weird when we have sex. JC just keeps yelling out, Kakoa, Kakoa, I love you, Kakoa.
I love you, Kakoa.
And the girl's like, okay. Because the girl he's having sex with, it's not Kakoa, but he keeps screaming that out to the woman he is currently having sex with.
And she goes, and other things I won't mention. And then she's like, I just can't imagine what he's thinking about.
But also you're like,
okay,
girl,
well.
girl, like, what are you? If someone was yelling someone else's name, and not just their name, but literally saying Kakoa, Kakoa, I love you, Kakoa, and other things, like, that's on you, girl.
That's no mystery, my friend.
Yeah. All the red flags are right in front of you. You're going to have to say.
You don't need to guess, actually. It's right there.
That's Edward with Bella. He's just constantly making her Jacob. That'd be so good. I'd definitely be into that movie.
It would be, I would. Someone on our Instagram was like, I want the love story of Jacob and Edward. And I was like, oh, I would be so down for like the werewolf, vampire, gay pride love story. That would be amazing.
Oh, yeah. Interview with a vampire, basically.
Yes.
But I would like to take this opportunity to actually say thank you to all the amazing people who have been giving us so much love and shout outs and reposts and like good reviews on Instagram and Apple Review and everything. It's been so fun to see.
I made a little tribute video for everybody who gave us some nice comments and sent us messages and stuff and put it on Instagram.
We literally hate doing this so much, but it's got to be done. It's part of the biz. Showbiz, baby. This is what it's like.
Yeah.
But if you have like 2 seconds to just shoot us a little review on Apple Podcasts or whatever you listen to. Just
like rating and reviewing makes like such a big difference. And it's like we're getting so many people reaching out, which we love and appreciate. And we still want those messages of validation because we're weak humans who need it. But on top of that, if you could go over to Apple or Spotify, wherever you're at, and throw up a review, or like we said before, just click the 5 stars or whatever. You don't even have to write anything. It's fine. But it does help. And we just need to get a little bit more help getting into the podcast algorithm. But otherwise, we're loving this. And we're loving all the recommendations. We're loving all the suggestions. We're loving all the requests.
Yeah, I would say outside of the review, just reach out on Instagram, say hi. We always respond.
Yeah.
We love every conversation ever.
Yeah, everyone.
No, but it's been fun. So thank you so much. And anyway, back to the show.
Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
So yeah, I feel like this is a form of emotional manipulation because she's actively telling him what she wants. Like he thinks he knows her better than she knows herself. And so he's like, no, I will make this choice for you. And so she's wearing her lingerie. He's covering her up. He's laughing at her. Like I would be mortified.
I know. There was even a part where he was like, are you trying to be sexy? You can't be sexy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I would die. I would crawl under the broken bed and sleep under there for the rest of the honeymoon. It would be so embarrassing.
Well, speaking of, do they have to sleep on the rest of that broken bed the whole time? They broke the bed. I guess every night they just have to sleep on it from now on. Also, could you imagine if your partner, you're on a honeymoon on a remote island and your partner doesn't eat food? How awkward is that? You're like, I'm hungry. That would be me the whole time. I'm like, Edward, I know you don't eat, but I'm hungry. Like 10 times a day.
Wasting away.
And then they've forgotten, because they've been alive for so long, they've forgotten like what hunger is. So they're just like, you fat fucking gluttonous cow. Because I just want, I'm sorry, I just want a little snack.
We can't Uber because we had to take a boat to get here. Like,
I only had one cinnamon roll this morning. And they're like, that's all you need, you gluttonous cow. You're just so...
When I was a human, I lived off of 1 potato a day.
Well, you know it's true because he was a human fucking in 18 or 1900. So you know, he's just like, I ate 1 piece of bread and 2 apples a day. And she's just like, well, I'm just a little more hungry than that. Can we just make a quesadilla?
So I was feeling like very sad for Bella. As much as I dislike her, I was also feeling like he's not hearing her voice being like, I want you to fuck me, please. And he's like, nope, won't do it. So then this is where the straw that breaks the camel's back is Bella's asleep. This was bad shit to me personally, but she's having a dream. You don't know it's a dream at first. So you see this vision of them on the beach. They're playing a real sexy game of chess. And then Bella's like being like all seductive in her like bikini top or whatever. And then when she wins, she leans over and she starts kissing Edward. And then they start making out, implying that they're going to have sex on the beach. And then all of a sudden she wakes up and you're like, oh, that was a dream. He did not change his mind. So she wakes, you guys, she's sobbing. She wakes up from this dream actively crying. And Edward's, I guess, just laying next to her because he's not sleeping. So he rolls over and he's like, hey, what's wrong, girl? And she's like, I had a dream. And he's like, what was it a nightmare about? And she's like, it wasn't a nightmare. I was dreaming you were fucking me. And I just want you to fuck me, please. And he's like, nope. I can't, Bella. And she's like, please, please. So finally he does. Like, it takes her sobbing from a dream to finally be like, God damn it, I guess I will have sex with you.
Bella, your husband's gay. Bella, time to wake up. This whole time he's been like, oh, I don't want to have sex unless we get married. Call me old-fashioned. Nope, I don't want to even kiss you because we might get carried away.
I just respect you too much.
Kissing will lead to heavy petting, and then heavy petting will lead to penetration. I just can't do it. You know, it's like all the signs, and then she is sobbing, and he's like, okay, I guess, geez.
Fine. So he brings out, in my version of this, he brings out that wolf portrait of Jacob. He like hides it, and he like puts it up on the nightstand.
Puts a little dream catcher and a little picture of wolves and a little jorts on the side, and he's like, I'll do it.
And he's like, okay, Bella.
Only if we do a doggy style.
I know. Turn around. Your hair's kind of looking like when Jacob had long hair.
Wolfie style.
I was thinking about the hair, but you had a better joke than me. Wolf style, dog style. So he finally relents, which I just feel like if you have to beg your partner for sexual intercourse like that, like that's...
Well, let's not take it that far. Well, I mean, let's not go that far. I mean, what do you consider begging? Some of us have to, we do have to, some of us, I don't want to call it begging.
Are you talking about like assertively asking or are you
I mean,
threatening?
I've only had to sob one time, but I don't consider that begging.
He's definitely gay. That's the issue. It's not the begging. It's that he's thinking about Jacob. You're right.
It was just a dream. It was a really good dream.
Then why are you crying?
Because I wanted it to be real.
So after just a whirlwind of a honeymoon.
That honeymoon has not
boy.
been pleasant in any way, shape, or form.
It's not good. Finally, Bella gets a point. She gets one win, and he's like, okay, I guess I'll have sex with you one more time. So then some time passes, and he goes to the mainland for something. He's like, I'm going to leave you at our little bungalow. And she's like, great, I'm just going to make us some brekkie. She gets out, like, the pickles.
Well, herself, because he doesn't eat human food, so she's making herself some brekkie.
I think in her head, she's like, I want this to be the case. And she pulls out, like, this is the funny thing. Yeah, chicken and Oreos and peanut butter. Like,
yogurt.
And I guess her pregnancy's all over the place because she's got a vamp baby in her. Right. But, like, I'm thinking, you don't get cravings like the morning you get morning sickness. I don't know. I'm not a woman, honestly. I don't know. I should not be the one saying.
Vamp babies change the game. They change the game. Because she's like, she's eating and she starts feeling sick.
Yeah, she grabs some really weird stuff to make breakfast. So maybe Stephanie Myers was like, that vamp knows what it wants. She's already got that sweet shabu blood.
So she's just like trying to lay the groundwork that like something's off. Why is she eating all this crazy food? And then she barfs and tells Edward to get away. She's so embarrassed. And then Edward's like, it's fine, sickness and unhealth. We just got married. And then the wheels start turning and she's like,
how many days has it been since the wedding?
14, what? You tell me what's going on?
I'm late. My period's late.
When was my period? Literally the first thing she jumps to. I know this sounds crazy and it's only been 10 days, but I think maybe I'm pregnant with a vamp? Like, is that a thing? Does that happen ever?
Is my supple 18-year-old body, my fertile 18-year-old body pregnant? I'm never on birth control. I only have a cactus. Like, it's like, come on, Bella.
I do not understand how I get that maybe humans and vampires don't often have sex with each other and there's not a lot of crossbreeding. So maybe there's not a huge research base for partially vamp babies.
And Queen of the Damned, Lestat was having sex with everybody's groupies, left, right. They're always having sex with humans.
Okay, I feel like in other genres, vamps are very sexual, but in Stephenie Meyer's genre, I guess they just don't mix.
Nope.
There's just no intercourse happening at all.
Never.
But I'm also thinking it's never occurred to anyone that maybe this was a possibility. Are you still producing bodily fluids? Is there any condoms?
Yeah, like you would think Edward would be like, I still produce sperm, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
He's really old, he's too dumb, and he's a virgin. He might not even know what that is.
Or it's just dust that comes out. Just,
even if nobody knew, they could be like, well, I still produce sperm, but does my sperm do my little sperm have souls? Like, what's the whole point of this?
And then Bella's like, well, I'm still fertile. Like, I have ovaries. I have a uterus.
I know. Like, I still know how bodies work. I went to sex ed. So you would think that they would know that this was a possibility, but it feels like it's so out there in the world as the movie goes on that this was even a possibility of something could happen. But I was telling Cadence, like, it feels very like reactionary instead of being proactive in the saying like, oh yeah, by the way, you still have vampire sperm and it still works just the same way as human sperm and it can get a human ovary.
Yes.
Because I hope you
get a
uterus
ovary.
pregnant, urethra pregnant. Just have no idea how the body works.
I like to imagine tiny little sperm with like little teeth.
Little vampire, like little Morbius teeth.
Yes.
And then they bite into the egg and they're just like...
Yes, exactly. They just bite the egg so they can get inside.
And they're all kind of sexy and they have like 18th century coats on, like swimming down.
They're cloaks.
The little vamp sperms.
I would love to see the inner workings of vampire pregnancies, so maybe someone can get that on film at some point. But anyway, she immediately jumps to the conclusion, like, I know this sounds crazy, but I think I might be pregnant. So they call Carlisle.
Can vampires go into shock?
Has Edward been harmed?
No. I know that it's impossible, but I think that I'm pregnant. Carlisle, I swear something just moved inside me.
Hey, I know this sounds crazy, but I think Bella's preggers. Should we come home or?
He's like, yes. I think so.
Yes.
Probably. Gonna say yep. But she also calls Charlie and she's like, by the way, I'm really sick. He doesn't even get any of the...
He doesn't get any of the truth.
Poor Charlie. She's just like, I'm sick, so I'm staying. And he's like, okay. So he's written out.
And from the get-go, Edward is like not stoked about this baby, even in the slightest. He was like, we will get back and Carlisle will get rid of this thing. And she's like, oh, did you just call this a thing? And she's very offended that he won't refer to it as a baby. I'm like, Edward's pro-choice, dude.
Girl, she didn't even want to get married. Like now she wants to get pregnant.
She didn't even want to have babies. Yes.
Now she's but you know what? She's a mom now.
The vamp baby like ignited that motherhood gene in her.
So he does say, come back, get back right now. This is heavily important. So they leave their awful honeymoon and go back to the Cullens' house.
So they get back, and Jacob shows up at the Cullens' house. He pulls up on his cool guy motorcycle and walks inside, and he's like, what the fuck happened? Tell me what's going on.
Is it true?
Hello, Jacob. How are you? Just give it to me straight.
And then you hear Bella's like weak little voice from upstairs being like,
Jake, is that you?
Jacob, is that you?
And they show her, and she's pure. She's been hooked on that shabu-shabu, smoking behind a big old tire. Like, she looks full meth head. She, like, can't even, her tiny little pooch belly, and she's trying to pull her, like, oversized gray shirt, and she's eyes sunken in. Like, this baby's been doing a doozy on Bella's little fertile body.
Yeah, and Jacob's like, can someone give me the details about this? Because I don't understand what's happening right now. Are you really pregnant with a vamp? Carlisle's like, listen, I thought I could take care of it, but it turns out can't see it in an ultrasound, can't penetrate it with a needle, can't do anything. It's just in there. We're all stuck.
Can't see it. I can't get blood samples. I keep sticking needles in there, and it just keeps avoiding them. I don't know if eluding's the right word for that.
So, so he's really mad, and he's like,
You did this.
We didn't know it was even possible. What is it?
I'm not sure. Ultrasounds and needles won't penetrate the embryonic sac. We've been researching legends, but there isn't much to go on. What we do know is that it's strong and fast-growing.
Why haven't you done anything? Take it out of her.
You've got to do something.
No. It's not his decision.
Okay, this really changes things because we have a very clear treaty between the werewolves and the vampires.
This is where things get complicated.
And that very clear treaty says two things. One, you can't kill anybody. And B, you can't turn anyone else into a vampire. And so the baby does both of those things because what did we learn in the last movie? That newborn vampires, there's no vampire that is lustful as a newborn vampire.
And it basically gets, yes, we all find out that, like, she's going to die. They're all thinking this vampire baby is going to just kill her, obviously. And what are they going to do? And now the treaty's broken. All kinds of things are happening. Right. But there's this part where Jacob, he's like, you did this to her. And I'm like, yeah, of course he did it. He's her husband. And they went on a honeymoon.
Who else did this to her? And it's funny because Jacob is yelling at Carlisle, like, why aren't you aborting this baby? Like, why aren't you terminating this pregnancy? And Bella's like, I don't want to terminate it. Whatever it is, it's meant to be. And I'm like, Carlisle could not terminate this pregnancy if he tried. He can't see it. He can't stick needles in there. He can't do anything. So they're giving Carlisle way too much credit. Carlisle cannot penetrate this thing. He has no power in this whatsoever. They're sort of divided because some of the vamps want to see the baby come into the world, and some of the vamps are like, we don't even know what this thing is. And so they're even kind of divided in and of themselves.
Yeah, there's no education. Nobody's ever even conceived. No vampire has written a book about what could possibly happen if a vampire has sex with a human. Like,
they don't even theorize.
Nope, no theories, nothing. But I do love how
you keep. Oh, I just thought of something else.
I keep wanting to say my favorite thing.
I know. But I've said this since the beginning. I think Edward is a shitty person. I think he's a shitty partner. I think he's manipulative and emotionally abusive. He withheld sex all through their honeymoon. And now, because Bella wants to keep the pregnancy or the baby or the creature or the thing, whatever you decide to call it, he will not talk to her. She is actively dying. She is sick as a dog. And he will not speak to her, look at her, interact with her, help her, because he's so mad at her for wanting to keep the baby. And I'm just like, you are the absolute
She's his beard, dude. She's his beard. He did his job. He consummated the relationship, and he doesn't give a shit if she lives or dies. He's done his thing. He's officially a heterosexual male, not a gay male. He had sex one time.
Not a gay male.
All of this is happening, and Jacob leaves, and there's like a little hive mind, like, not hive mind, that's offensive to Wolf. It's a pack mentality. All their little pack minds are like, Bella's pregnant. No, Bella's pregnant. Bella's a dead vampire pregnant.
Is it true, Jacob? It's growing fast.
It's unnatural.
Dangerous. Monstrosity. An abomination on our land.
And like, they have this conversation from their little
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't sure what part you were going for. I wasn't sure
where
if
they
you
have
were
their little
over
wolf
the wolf meeting.
No, their little
because
wolf.
Because that's the best. Yeah, because they all meet up in like a big logging field. Like there's like these logs all around them. It's like their club. They can't have this meeting, you guys, in human form in a secret place. They have to run as giant wolves.
They're kind of like doing
to their secret meeting place and then have their mind conversation.
I guess I should have said that. They're all wolves. When I said boop, 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 they're all wolves just like, got it. Yep. And Sam's also like,
we have to protect the tribe. What they've bred won't be able to control is thirst. Every human will be in danger.
We're ready.
No time to wait.
We must destroy it before it's born.
You mean kill Bella?
Her choice affects us all.
And this is where I think Jacob's been reading a lot about the law, or the treaty law, or the reservation law, because Sam's like, well, we are bound to protect humans from vampires, and Bella is a human, but her baby might not be a human. It is a vampire, and because she is now giving birth / maybe turning into a vampire, we have to just kill them all. Let's just take them all.
Bella's human. Our protection applies to her.
But wait, Bella's not a vampire yet, so she's still protected by the
So she only gets protected for like a little bit until she officially crosses, has the baby, then they kill her and the baby.
And they make kind of were like, well, okay, if she dies in childbirth, then officially she was killed by vampires. So then we can kill Edward because she will have died.
They're really finding loopholes to this treaty just to kill Edward. That's for sure.
They are nothing if not bound by that treaty. God damn it! They love that.
They're not, because basically Jacob's like, they have this. I keep calling it hive mind, which again is offensive to werewolves and wolf packs everywhere. It's pack mind, and they also have to obey the alpha. We all know that from Sam and his muffins.
Yeah. Nobody
likes muffins. None of those boys like muffins. They have to eat them all the time because that's just how it is. But the alpha always, they just have to do whatever. And Jacob's like, you know what? I'm my own person. my own wolf.
Or
if
my
you
own
will.
wolf.
I'm a lone wolf.
I'm a lone wolf.
And I can't agree to this loopholing treaty thing you're doing because you're just out to kill. That's all you want to do, and I can't be part of it.
And also, if you think about this, they've spent the entirety of the previous movie creating an alliance with the vampires to fight against the newborn army, being trained by Jasper.
Oh, yeah.
To fight against these vampires to protect Bella. And now they're like, gotta kill Bella. Gotta kill her.
Tonight?
So Sam does his thing as the alpha male, makes the rules. Jacob, however, is coming into his own power, so he will not be alpha maled. And his love for Bella is so strong that even though he's being actively alpha maled, he counteracts that alpha maleness with his own alpha maleness, and he does not cower. And he decides, you know what? Fuck this pack. I'm going to go do what's right, and I'm going to protect Bella even if I have to do it by myself. And he fully goes lone wolf.
That's how good Bella's blood is, dude. He's like, nope, gonna leave everything I've ever known behind for Bella. Even though she's having a dead vampire baby and married to my enemy.
Well, because Bella's the uniting force
She's
in all
always,
things.
she is. She's a lighthouse. I like to think of Bella as a lighthouse, honestly. Like, there's darkness everywhere. Bella is that lighthouse that, you know, she's always there. She's comforting. She's going to help you find your way home. She's like a sense of peace. So I can actually see with this pregnancy, Bella's light going out, which is very scary to me. That's very scary.
It is scary to me, too, because I think she adds so much value and depth to the movie as a whole because her character is so well developed that I just feel like, where do you go if Bella's not leading the whole show?
That's
then
exactly
like,
how I feel.
who do you depend on? How do you follow? Where is the heart of the film?
I would like to say one thing. Alice was the one who packed her all that lingerie, by the way.
Oh, you were right. Oh, okay.
So again, I'm going to blame all of this on Alice, just like the last movies.
Yes.
If Alice hadn't have packed her all that lingerie to make her feel so sexy to where old Edward has two-pump jumped her, none of this would have happened. So it all comes back to Alice.
Alice, this is on you, friend. You'd keep fucking it all up.
The next day, and again, I hate all this movie and everybody in it, but I gotta give Jacob some credit. Give credit where credit's due. Even though he's leaving the pack for a stupid reason for Bella, he still's got his own mind, dude. And he leaves. And so the next day he's gonna go warn the Cullens about Sam. But he's also created a tiny little baby pack of his own. Because turns out that old Alpha Sam OAS, he's not very cool AF. He's actually bad AF. Nobody likes him. They want to get out of his rule. No, they just don't want to. They just want to follow Jacob. They find that he is going on an interesting path. They like what he's got going on over there.
You seem like a natural leader.
You seem like a natural
I would
leader.
love to see what your adventure is all about.
Sam is kind of having me boring. We just eat muffins and chicken
We have
wings.
eaten so many fucking muffins
I just want to go.
Sam's pack. Can we please eat something else over here?
And Leah also, she comes out, so it's like progressive. They've got a female werewolf, and so anyway, he goes to warn the Cullens.
Yeah, so the Cullens have made kind of like a teeny tiny pact. In this process of sort of Jacob guarding them,
Jacob just had an idea.
It wasn't an idea. It was a snide comment.
What were you thinking?
That it's probably just looking for someone to sink its teeth into.
and then all of a sudden, everyone's like, we're vampires. We also like to sink our teeth into things. What if this baby wants some blood? Well, it's a good thing because Carlisle has many bags of blood in his house, medical bags of blood.
When this whole thing happened, I just felt like it turned into like an I Love Lucy episode. It was just like, how are we going to get the baby blood? And it's like, I've got some at the hospital. Like, I don't know. There was something really funny about it because it just felt like so like, well, I've got a scheme. How about we go steal blood from the hospital?
And so they give it to her in a straw with a cup with a straw, and she
just
drinks
too
it.
Weak. She's too weak to have it any other way.
And so she drinks it. And she's like, it's good. It's good. And so she's relieved. And immediately Carlisle, because he's a doctor, he feels her pulse and he's like, it's coming back. You're getting stronger, Bella. And I'm like,
this
Carlisle.
is a slippery slope.
I also feel like this was a thought that occurred to me that I put in my notes. The wolves are impending danger to the Cullens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we learned from the jump that the Cullens can climb to the toppiest of all trees.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Wolves
like,
can't get up there.
Just climb a tree.
Wolves can't get up
Climb
there.
a tree. You will eventually win this fight because the wolves can't climb.
And like, there's so many ways that wolves would just die over the vampires. I'm sorry. They've got their super fast speed. So they would obviously just zip around the treetops, go to Safeway, grab some groceries, stay up there, have a good time.
Yes.
I mean, obviously they
because all they got to do is hop from tree to tree till they get out of the reservation territory.
Yep. Yeah,
and then the wolves are
you know what?
screwed.
All they have to do is
because
leave
then
the reservation. That's literally all they have to do. And But I get what you're saying.
So they're like, oh, we're on this side of the reservation line because you can't get us.
But I do see what you're saying. Like, there is impending doom because the wolves are like, they're like circling sharks. If this goes wrong, those wolves are ready to like chomp the bit. They're going to kill Edward, Carlisle, everybody. So it's like, we're your friends now, but if anything goes wrong, we're not your friends. So there's a little bit of tension.
We're only here to guard Bella.
Yeah.
And Bella only. And since we all are obsessed with Bella, you can understand and appreciate
That's
why
the
I'm
one thing that
doing
they truly all can have a treaty on is like their obsession with Bella.
They should rewrite the treaty.
Yes. Bella's our God, our Lord Savior. She's our Messiah.
Our Lord and Savior Bella.
She's
Christ.
united the tribes. Now let's go.
The blood is working. Bella is at least functional. She's sort of coming back to life just a little bit, enough to get around. And because she's feeling a little better, one day when Jacob's visiting her, giving her a little update on the old back hunt situation.
Hey, we still hate you guys, but we're outside if you need anything. Hey, we hate you.
You need anything.
We will kill you at any moment, but just let you know we're outside. Chicken wing. Chicken wing, Leah, they're cool. Would like some muffins if you have any, but other than that, just cool. Just checking in. Bye.
Because at some point, Esme does offer a sandwich, and they act very suspicious about the sandwich. And I'm like, okay, just eat the fucking sandwich. Why are you being a dick to the Cullens when you're also there to protect the Cullens? Like, none of the logic makes any sense.
They're all stressed out.
You.
Nobody knows what they're doing in this movie.
Dumb. Anyway, as he's giving them a little brief update, taking their lunch orders, because Bella's been feeling better, she's like, I have been thinking about what I want to name this baby vamp.
God.
I have been just really giving it some deep
Renee
deep
and Esme. I mean, she like her mom kicked her out to have an international nasty girl summer, right? And go live with their dad. But she's going to be like, I'm going to honor my mother, Renee, with this name. And also Edward's fake mom, who got turned by Carlisle, her name is Esme, so I'm just going to put their names together. Ren Esme.
Yeah, her first, fuck Charlie, right? Because her first idea, if it's a boy, is EJ for Edward Jacob.
And Jacob.
So her dad gets just fucked to next week because nobody even gives a shit about Charlie's name. She's not calling him like little Chucky or anything. Nope.
That's such a high school thing to do, too. Could you imagine? I could imagine being in high school and being like, I'm going to call you Michael forever because we're friends forever. Like, no, it's so stupid. Like, you're not going to know who Jacob is in a couple years, Bella. But it's so funny to be like, we're best friends, so I'm going to name my baby after a group of best friends in high school. Like, no.
Your husband and like your sort of ex?
Like your sort of friend ex? Yeah, just no. Don't do that to that baby because then every time they're going to be like, where'd my name come from? Yeah, I knew this kid back in high school. Like,
yeah,
I kind of liked him.
We fixed a motorcycle
together when I was
looking for Ghost Edward, and so he was around.
But I haven't talked to him in years. I think he like ended up being like an EMT or something in Phoenix. I don't know.
Last time I heard him, he was howling in the woods at the moon.
Creating a little
I think
pack.
He's still kind of doing that part time.
Yeah, that's where your name comes from. Like, it's so silly.
Anyway, the girl's version is Renesmee. You hear it for the first time, honoring Renee and Esme, and you're like, who the fuck thought of this? Why did anyone think this was a good idea?
Yeah, nobody. It wasn't.
But in the middle of this deep name discussion, all of a sudden, Bella's back snaps.
Crack.
And guys, she's in labor. Here's the problem, though. Carlisle is out running errands / working the graveyard schlift.
Someone's got to take care of this family, dude. This family.
They are trying to figure out how to get this baby out of Bella by themselves. It's Alice and Edward and Jacob.
I'm wondering if her back snapped. Like, she's already gone.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, that'd be painful. Yeah, like she's that would really hurt. And I wouldn't they would know right away. Like, I feel like it's go time, guys. Who cares if Carlisle's here? You got to figure out how to get that baby out.
It turns out that the scalpel will not cut through Bella's stomach. So not only is the ultrasound not able to penetrate, neither is the scalpel. So they're like, well, shit, this is an emergency. What are we going to do? And I guess the answer to this emergency is Edward has to chew the baby out.
wife's stomach open and eat the baby out? I mean, of course, Jacob and Edward come to that conclusion. They wouldn't think of anything else. They'd be like, well, I guess you gotta chew on her stomach for a minute.
What if Jacob turned into a werewolf and then uses the werewolf
get the
claw?
job
Would
done in a
that
minute.
penetrate the
No.
stomach?
Bite her stomach, get it out right away. But Edward's like, okay, I guess I gotta go in head first. Chomp, chomp. He's just trying to trying to chomp that baby out. And it's like kind of funny because at first it's like kind of delicate, like, urgent but delicate. And then it's like, no, she's a masticated strawberry at that point. He's just like,
and the camera shots are cracking me up because they're kind of like from her head point, like she's looking down at her own stomach, and all of a sudden you just see his head like pop up. His face is covered in blood, and then he'll dive back down.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He's going, and then he'll pop back up, and then he'll be covered in blood.
If I was her, I'd be like, dude, my back just broke. I had the worst honeymoon of my life. I'm 18. I almost named my kid after a friend in high school. Like, what is happening? But he is trying hard.
She's freaking surviving this too. She's alive during all of this, like just getting absolutely carnivorously ripped open by a vamp and having her baby ripped out of her.
She is and she isn't though, because I think what I told myself is like, oh, this would be the most traumatizing, painful thing ever to go through. I would not care. I'd be like, just kill me. Kill me now.
Kill me now.
Someone kill me. Stretch my arm. If anyone was chewing my stomach like, Edward, you're dead. You're dead. She's full zebra getting devoured by lions at this point. Her whole stomach is open.
Yeah, and he has to cut the umbilical cord with his teeth. Like,
Edward has no idea where the umbilical cord is. He doesn't even know what an umbilical cord is. Virgin bitch.
do pump chomp.
Virgin vampire bitch. 109-year-old virgin vampire bitch.
Okay, the plan is and has always been for Carlisle to bite Bella when she's on the verge of death. But Carlisle, as we said earlier, is not there. So they have a backup plan, which is they are going to put a syringe full of vampire venom. Don't ask me where that comes from because it's clear. I thought it would be blood, but it's not.
Nope.
It's clear. So somehow they've extracted.
You don't want to get too confused with that.
The vampire venom separately, but they need the baby to be fully detached from Bella first because otherwise it'll go through the umbilical cord and then it'll get the venom and it'll turn into a little baby vamp. And so
if Carlisle made this family and you're thinking like, okay, the Volturi, the bloodline, you're thinking, okay, it has to come from whoever turned the vampire. So what I'm getting at is basically Carlisle was going to bring Bella back to life with his blood, so wouldn't she just be like his adopted daughter and therefore sisters to Edward and Alice and Rosalind and technically Esme, but also her fictional daughter? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, that the whole bloodline thing doesn't make any sense.
It gets muddled. That's the word I'm looking for. It gets very muddled.
You called it a family wreath, not a family tree.
Yes, I said it's not a family tree. It's a family wreath.
Because it's like,
just all
you're thinking, and again, I'm not Stephanie Meyer, and her mind is so amazing.
Oh, you're absolutely not Stephanie Meyer. Fuck you for even saying you could be.
Yeah, her mind is so beyond, like, what I'm capable. Like, I'm just a mere mortal. Like, her brain is on a different level, which I respect and love, but my little brain just can't comprehend the lore that she was thinking in her head or why she was thinking like Carlisle.
When Carlisle asks Edward to bite Bella in the very first movie, he's like, I can't do it. I'm not going to be able to stop. And he's like, you have to.
So Carlisle's the only one that can control himself.
Yeah, like I think that's part of it is that he's like, this is a big deal. I don't know if I can stop myself. I might end up killing her, which is also weird if you think about it because he loves her so much, but then he's not going to be able to stop himself from killing her.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, would love triumph Carlisle? Like, is Carlisle such a level-headed dude that he's like, I can stop. Yeah, give me a taste. I'll stop.
I mean, he's like, Colin, he's been around. He even lived with the Volturi. Don't forget.
Yeah,
he's been around
and
he's
been around blood.
He
has fucking blood in his refrigerator at home, his walk-in closet. So I guess you're right.
The walk-in closet blood is simply for him to prove how tough he is because he likes to open it and be near the blood and be like, don't even care. Shut it and be like, don't even care. Oh my God, was there blood in the fridge? Didn't even notice it. It
still just goes back to the very ridiculous thought that they're all just pretending to be a family and they're all 100-year-old vampires that don't need to be a family. That's what I'm getting at.
It all, once you start picking at the threads of the sweater, it all unravels real fast.
We've spent way too much time on this. Let's just continue.
That's the point, is that he has saved a vial. Like I said, we don't know how you get vampire venom, how you extract it from the vampire blood. Like, I'm not sure quite how that works.
Behind their teeth. They have little sacks, like snakes, just like up in their lower eye.
Yeah, they milk it like you milk a snake.
They put like a little paper plate over a jar, and then they all just have to bite it. Like, okay, now. I hate milking my vampire venom. And then like
have they just taken the time to slowly milk Edward enough that they have that giant, because it's a huge syringe. So like it's not just like, I'm not talking like a little tiny baby, like a flu shot syringe. I'm talking like a giant
it's like
Coke
Spinal
can.
Tap, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, like, where does the lore come in for this? Where is the vampire? Why do we need vampire venom? What is?
Yes.
I didn't even know vampires again had venom. This is all new to me.
And did we know that you could just syringe it and not bite it? Like, that's a whole new idea to me, that you could just put it in a syringe and then make it a little less
It's a crisis.
painful
Stephanie
for the
Meyer's like,
person,
it's a crisis. It's her first baby. It's a crisis. Let's just glaze over all that.
It's all happening too fast. And it's
Let's
like,
just
if
have
you have
this
so much action, plus you have shots of Edward's bloody face coming up, like people are not going to know what to follow. And they're just gonna,
yeah, that's what she's like, shock and awe. Like, just give them a lot and don't expect anything
then they're not going to think too much about it. So that's what his backup plan is. Once he buys the umbilical cord, he gives her the giant syringe of venom. It doesn't work. He tries some pretty half-hearted CPR, in my personal opinion. And then, out of desperation, he starts biting her and biting her and biting her all over her arms, all over her neck. He's just biting her everywhere in desperation. He's sobbing. He doesn't want her to be dead. Jacob has now left the room with the baby to give him some privacy to bite the shit out of Bella.
And this is where...
Tell us what happens.
Oh boy. I feel uncomfortable talking about it, but like, I mean, I don't know if you remember a couple episodes ago, Jacob's riveting talk to Bella about imprinting. But it's when part of a wolf, they just see somebody and that's when it's like, boom, I'm imprinted on you for the rest of your life. I think it's supposed to be like man's best friend / soulmates /
lover / best friends / partners. Yes.
Yeah, so Jacob takes out this newborn cesarean baby of his enemy and the woman that he loves but can't have. And you guys, he imprints on the baby. Renesmee just came into the world. She's brand new, you guys. And he's imprinting on her.
The only other story that we have heard of imprinting up until now is when he tells us about Sam and Leah and Emily and how imprinting is like when you see this person, gravity disappears.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is the person who's like anchoring you to
with.
the world.
Yes.
It's different than having a crush. And it's like that is the only thing we know about imprinting. And he's now imprinted on a baby.
On a newborn baby.
Baby of the woman he's in love with.
But that's Stephanie Meyer's, dude. She didn't know what she needed Jacob out of the picture. She didn't know. She was just like, she needed a way to end that whole love triangle storyline.
And she needed him to be intricately tied to the situation somehow, because with her being married, like Bella and Edward being married and being part of the Cullen family, then Jacob's just out of the story altogether. And she's like, well, shit, I got to have him around somehow. Because then he's locked in.
So
yes,
we just all are fine with that. We're like, okay, Jacob and Renesmee. Cool.
For a second, you cut away from Bella and you see the giant wolves start coming up around the house. They kind of stop. And then Edward goes, they're not going to kill anyone because Jacob's imprinted on Renesmee. And that's their one unbreakable, most absolute law.
Edward has also brushed up on the treaty of the colds and the wolves. I see. Now, first it was Jacob, and Jacob comes out. He's like, yes, under Article Section 2, I have imprinted. Someone show us a copy of this treaty.
We gotta read the freaking fine print of this thing.
Someone needs to show us the treaty. We can never wear shirts. We imprint on babies. Like, that's what it said, I promise.
So then we cut back to Bella. This is the very last scene. We get a really special view of her internal organs and inside of her body.
So we get an understanding that her bones are healing. Her body's healing.
Her bones are healing.
Everything's back to
organs
normal.
are healing. And then you see her, like, her legs start plumping up because she is full skeleton at this point.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
she has been devoured.
She's Tales from the Crypt.
This baby has destroyed her. And so her legs plump up. Her hair grows back. Her color comes back. All of a sudden, she goes from like cool girl Bella in her chucks and flannels to like
sultry Bella.
very mature, grown-up Bella in a dress.
Bella,
like it's a whole different look, whole different vibe. But we don't see her wake up. So that's the thing. This is just the end of this movie. We see her body being put back together. They're taking care of her as she lies there. So they're changing her. They're cleaning her. They're brushing her
wake up
hair.
at the very, very end because it shows her
very
eye.
end, you're right.
It shows her little.
She just pops up.
Yeah, but that is the end of this wild, wild movie. Okay,
All right,
we'll see you next week.
We will be, concluding this saga, and we just absolutely cannot wait. So we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.